Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. We are back for our Novice Grand Finals match for Season 8. That's right, this entire season culminating to this night. Your boy Psychonautic in the booth, ready to get the action straight to you. And I'm joined by Magic Pepperoni. How you doing tonight, my man?
I'm doing great. After a very long first series, we finally have our way to the number 1 versus number 2 matchup. The first of 2 of the night between the Kiwis and the Wisp. And we're not going to waste any time, Psycho. This is, I think, a Game 7 looming. I would be okay with the sweep since we're a little behind schedule, but I don't think these two teams have the same plan.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. And being the number 1 and the number 2 seeds in the Novice League, this is kind of what you expect. We see a lot of times where like the 7th seed or the 8th seed will make really deep runs, but it's not super often that you see the 1 seed going against the 2 seed, even though that's what you would expect to see. But that is what we have here in the Novice League here tonight. Wisps versus the Kiwis. Both of these teams making a lot of ground throughout the season and having really good runs. On the Wisps, they've got Sage Burner, or Sage for short, Vita and Dre, while on the Kiwis we have Removing Pillow, Finn, and Music, which Kiwis had a little bit of a roster change there at the end of like right before roster locks and stuff. Magic Pepperoni, I'm not sure if you're aware, but they did have the player Vigil, who was one of arguably the best novices this season, and he unfortunately left Nemesis, and I was really surprised Kiwis were able to still make such a strong playoff run.
Yeah, you're right. And I mean, this one looming in front of their net, but they will clear it out by the help of Music, and you're right. Roster changes during the season and still ending up in the grand finals. That's battling against adversity. And if they can get it done here today, when it matters most, that'll feel amazing. As in my mind, this is Music versus Sage, and 2 of the biggest names in Nemesis, and they're both fighting for a novice title as Sage clears it down the pitch, and we're still scoreless. About 3 minutes left to go.
We'll see here if Sage and his Wisps are able to get this championship. This will be Sage's 2nd championship as he comes through and gets the first goal of the night.
Great pass by Dre, using the flip off the sidewall to put it high off the backboard. Nobody anywhere in the area to clear it off their backboard. And Sage, a good read. He's the guy we were talking about, and he's right on cue, and he will strike first in the grand finals.
And honestly, it's a little bit unexpected. Sage not being the most mechanical goal scorer on the Wisp here. We hear a lot more about Dre and Vita, and Sage is just that backbone of any team that he plays on. He's a really solid, aggressive offender. He gets in there, he gets good passes, he gets a lot of demos and stuff, but he's not super well known for his shooting as his other 2 teammates are. So it's nice to see him here popping off as Sage gets the 2nd goal for Wisps.
You can see him putting the nice one in the chat, watching 2 defenders just fly across the screen. And honestly, a very bad shot initially. Gets a weird touch. We'll call it a fake to get it around one. But nonetheless, 2 goals for Sage. As you said, not known for his shooting abilities. There's Vita, just barely off target. And you have to expect when Vita and Dre start to warm up and get things rolling, it's going to be very dangerous for the Kiwis if they don't start to heat up themselves very soon. Removing Pillow, top corner, and he'll cut the lead in half and get the Kiwis rolling.
Almost a save there from Dre as he goes up the backboard and just barely underneath it. It looked like it might have even clipped his car and bouncing off and into the net there, but not going to be enough. Kiwis, though, still down by 1 as we enter the second half of game number 1 in this best of 7 series. Finn going to clear that one out of the Kiwis defensive zone. As Music with the shot, but Sage is in the net. He makes the stop up to Dre. Dre following it, getting the pinch off the sidewall. Vita with it. A little bit of a double commit there from the Wisps. Sage left back by himself in an awkward spot. Finn popping it out to the mid. Vita rotating back in time to get the challenge on the ball. As the ball floats in the midfield, Vita gonna miss his touch. and it's still floating. Finn in the midfield, bouncing it off a defender. Dre off the backboard to Sage. Sage there to pick up the hat trick.
I mean, right now Sage is doing it all. And what I noticed in our last series watching this team, Psycho and the Wisp, is Dre sometimes tries to do a little too much when he has the chance to score. And right there he did exactly what he needed to do. Play unselfish ball, hit it off the backboard, and get it to his teammate. And getting himself to a 3-1 lead right now. As a clear from Music goes right to the hands of Dre. And with a minute and a half left to go, they need to get on the other half of the field. This is going to be a scary situation to go down against the number 1 seed. Removing Pillow, blocked by Finn. His old teammate is going to get in the way of that one. And a combined save effort comes through. There's no way this is not a goal. It's a side flip, and Psycho, they got to put that one away.
Yeah, that's a tough situation for the Kiwis there. It looked like they had about 2 opportunities, 2 free looks on net, and they shanked them both. Or they squandered, I should say, both of the opportunities there, and they are still down by 2 with 60 seconds remaining on the clock. Now Kiwis in a tough position here as they have to find the back of the net. They have to find it quick. Finn not beating out Sage. Music there off the backboard. Music with another touch, removing Pillow with the read, but it's not enough to get in as the third comes in to try and clean up the play, but the defense is going to deflect the shot away. Dre in the midfield. Dre a little bit awkward here, just trying to keep it away from the Kiwis defenders, removing Pillow to send it out, but Vita was there in the midfield to block the clear. Dre with the awkward touch in the corner. Sage with also an awkward touch off the backboard, removing Pillow, gonna dunk out the defender's attempt to clear things out, and now with 14 seconds, Kiwis might be back in it.
Yeah, Sage tried his best to reach it off the backboard. Probably best if he just sat back and wait for the ball to come back to him. That was a bit of a stretch, and now with 15 seconds left to go, pretty much, it's now or never. Let's see if they get away with this one.
The kickoff was in their favor, though they did not go for the ball. Finn popping it up and getting destroyed immediately. The final seconds down, counting down as Music's going to put it towards the ground. Wisps going to kill that ball and secure a game number 1 win.
Yeah, that was a close game pretty much all the way through. We saw, I think, 3 different times within 20 seconds. The Kiwis probably should have scored, and they didn't. That would have been the difference maker. I mean, looking back to the pre-show, I think 3 out of 4 of us had it going to Game 7. So expect this to be a bounce back very quickly from the Kiwis. They lost by 1. They probably should have had that in overtime. But the Wisp will take it off the back of Sage, putting in 3. And we head quickly to Urban Central as we are on the move right now, trying to get the series as quick as possible. And I think both these teams are down for that too.
Yeah, hopefully we all are indeed. As you know, love the content, but also we want to get this out in as reasonable amount of time as possible. We know it's tough on staff members and even audience members to sit and just watch the same thing for 4, 5, 6 hours. But both these teams getting into it now in the game number 2, with the Wisps being up by 1 in the series. Sage sending it down. Sage still with it out of the corner. The Music there. Music to clear it out of Kiwis defensive zone. Dre with the block as Music takes a shot. Dre out to the mid. Vita gonna wait on it. Down to Dre. He pops it up. This could be something. Vita can't beat out the defender. As Sage gonna get dunked by Finn, and Finn gonna get the double. A nice read off the post.
Yeah, and a great pass here. Sage trying to take it up the wall, and Finn had didn't really agree with that plan, taking up the wall. He's going to put it off the backboard himself, and he's going to follow it up a 1-2 from Finn to himself, and a 1-0 start for the Kiwis.
And that is exactly the position you want to be in if you're on the Kiwis, as they did lose that game. It's important that they get this early aggression, removing Pillow, trying to get fancy on us there, but can't get a good shot off the flip reset. Vita off the backboard. Nobody else there from Wisps to take a hold of that play as Finn tries to clear it out. Removing Pillow is going to help him out a little bit. Vita to send it back. Music in the midfield blocks the clear from the Wisps. Music's with another touch out of the corner. This pops up off the defender. Finn was there but Dre gonna demolish him, take him out of the play. As we see a bunch of Wisps coming off on the ball. Vita trying to follow it. He gets the second touch, but the ball is going to pinch in front of the net, and no teammate from the Wisp there to finish it. 3 minutes in, 20 seconds here, Magic Pepperoni, and not a lot going on, to be honest with you. I mean, the Kiwis getting that little bit of offense that ended up in a goal for them, but they haven't been able to do much since then.
Yeah, I was just going to say, when you're talking about both these teams, they have chances to score, and it's going to be whoever starts to capitalize first. And we've had opportunities for both teams in this game alone where it probably should have been a goal, and they're getting a little too fancy for themselves. Finn, open net, and as you see, he didn't take enough swiftness there, kind of taking his time. Probably should have been another goal, but the Wisp will stay down just one, and Finn will put it along the pitch.
Yeah, it looks like both of these teams, once they go up, they start to try and get a little bit fancy with the ball, which did unfortunately result in not scoring, but Finn gonna still take control, get his second goal of this game, and extend the Kiwis' lead by 2.
Sage just had a heart attack, bro. The ball lands on his forehead right in front of the box, and he's alone, and Finn's having none of it. He's gonna dunk it over his head and get his second of game number 2. Music's looking a lot better this game than he did in the last. Kind of was a non-factor, and he's setting up a lot of plays here. Very quick to the ball, and pillow across the pitch. Finn picking up the assist and a team effort coming through here in game number 2.
Yeah, impossible to see that counterattack coming. Sage there to make the challenge, but just couldn't beat removing pillow to the ball, as he's gonna laser that one across the pitch all the way down to an open Wisp net. And now Kiwis up by 3 in the second half of game number 2. The ball floats across the midline. Vita popping it up, gets dunked by the Kiwis. Eleanor Vita sticking with it. Dre with the shot, but Finn was back making the stop. Sage taking his time, but he has to 50 with removing pillow. Vita there, 50 with the Kiwis as well. Dre in the midfield trying to get a shot on net. It's not going to go as removing pillows takes control to pinch it out of the corner. And Finn going to block Vita's attempt to clear the ball out there. Dre taking his time, has to 50 with music. The ball is floating up in the Wisp defensive zone. Sage off the sideboard, gets it past 1. And a minute and 30 left on the clock here. Kiwis still with a commanding 3-point lead here, Magic Pepperoni. I have to say I don't see the Wisps making a comeback in this game. I think they need to put this game behind them moving forward into game number 3 and reset their mental or reset something.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, we casted that Wisp versus Frost matchup, I think on Monday or Wednesday, and we both saw the same series, kind of the Wisp showing their vulnerability after a dominant regular season. And going into game 1, they kind of had it going for them. Sage looked good, but Kiwis, they kind of calmed their nerves down, and they're looking much better. Dre has been pretty quiet throughout the series, and a 3-0 loss, making it a 3-1, unless they can maybe make a miracle happen at the last 42 seconds and get us to overtime.
Yeah, still mathematically possible, though I think highly unlikely with the way Kiwis have been playing here in game number 2. So we will see. I think this immediate kickoff right here is going to be very telling. If it goes in favor of the Wisp, they're able to get some good aggression off of it, then they might have a chance here. Dre trying to follow it up. Vita with a weak shot that's not going to go past music. The pillow out of the corner. 30 seconds remaining. The time now winding down for the Wisps to make a comeback here and tie things up as Vita tries to get it through music. Gonna make the stop. Sage off the backboard, but the Kiwis defense just doing everything that they need to do and maintaining a strong defensive line. The last 10 seconds as this ball is going to get pinched in favor of the Kiwis, and now they're up by 3.
Oh, they had a triple commit on defense. The last 10 seconds about to roll around, but they will get out unscathed, and they'll put one for the road. 4-1 victory, looking like it here in Game 2, Psycho. And that long series that all of us predicted, it's starting off on the right track.
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to be that, even though we were trying to get back on time with the entire night, but you know, hey, we gotta sacrifice a little time for some quality content of Rocket League here, as these teams are gonna battle back and forth. Likely, you know what, hopefully a lot of us were expecting, being the number 1 and number 2 seeds. Would really be a shame to see one of these teams get swept out of the grand finals, but you know, doing what we can do. We're trying to get these things moving as quickly as possible for everybody. Game number 3 now, as we have the players joining up on the pitch. And moving into this Magic Pepperoni, what do you expect to see here? Do you think Wisps are going to be able to swing it back in their favor, or are you anticipating the Kiwis to carry that momentum from game 2?
I mean, Finn was all over them that last game, so if they can calm Finn down, if they can get him out of his bag, I think the Wisp will be fine here in game number 3. But yeah, as I said in the last game, they got to finish the opportunities that they do have and not get so fancy just because they can, because they're giving too much time for a defender to get back, and just not working out as Finn. Looking for the reset pass to Music, but he will not find it. It will stay scoreless early on here in game number 3.
True, and you mentioned earlier that in game number 2, Dre was a little bit quiet, but here we go. Dre must have, his ears were burning as his name came out of my mouth, and he's going to score the first goal for the Wisps.
He is having none of that. As you said, he was very quiet in the last really 2 games. Didn't have to do too much in game 1 because Sage is playing well. In that last game, Sage didn't have his best game. In a couple situations where things got awkward. And Dre and Vita are normally there to pick up the slack, and they really weren't. So it's good to see Dre start off on the right foot here as we head to game number 3. In this first minute, it's an upward trend for how this series could go for the Wisp.
Yeah, and I was wondering about Dre being one of the, arguably the top, probably top 3, if not top 5 players in the Novice League as far as stats go. I was looking at stats earlier, and that man is on the top of so many stats: shots per game, shots over the season, goals over the season, assists over the season. Actually, him and Sage were both really, really high on a lot of lists, top 5 on a lot of lists. So I was a little bit curious there in the beginning with Dre if he was going to wake up here, but it looks like he just might have needed a couple of warm-up games to find his groove. And with 3 minutes and 30 seconds here, the Wisps are still leading by 1. This is game number 3. Vita puts it out to the mid. Dre popping it up, giving away possession, removing Pillow down to Music. The Music had a shot, though it goes wide. Dre gonna 50 with removing Pillow. Finn trying to get in the mix. Vita off the ceiling, down to Dre, who gets the movement going on the ball. And Finn in front of the Kiwis net to send it out. Sage keeping the pressure alive for Wisps. Sage trying for it again. Vita gonna 50 with Music in the midfield. Dre popping it up. Dre got a shot on an empty net. No Kiwis. Rotated back to the net.
Yeah, Music playing the 50 in the midfield a little bit early. Finn was not ready to play that third man role yet. Picking up boost or something. And a good bump attempt coming through as Dre giving an open net, and he's going to finish that off very nicely dead center. And a 2-0 start, and both goals coming off the back of Dre, having a much better performance here in game number 3.
Will they be able to keep it up, or can the Kiwis make a comeback as we slowly approach the second half of game number 3? Still plenty of time for Kiwis to make something happen here, as they're going to send this one down. Nobody to follow. Music a little bit slow on the uptake. Finn putting it in front of the net, moving Pillow, not going to beat out the defender. And Finn popping it over, removing Pillow, might have a shot here. He takes the shot, but Dre getting back in time to make a save. Down to Sage. Sage is going to booming clear this one out. Tries to stick with it, but removing Pillow beats him. Dre looking for a shot on net, though. It's going to go wide. And Dre getting it out of the corner for a pass, but can't find a teammate in the midfield. Sage to pop it out to the mid as well. Vita was there, but can't get the shot to go. Dre trying to keep the aggression up. Sage popping it in front of the net. Music with a touch. Gets the save. Music now trying to get this ball cleared out. Removing Pello, trying to keep it away. Dre pops it up, looking for the double touch. He gets it off the backboard, but Music gonna clear this ball out in 1:30 here. Kiwis still down by 2. I gotta say, Pepperoni, I'm pretty surprised with the way that Kiwis played in game number 2, that they haven't even found the back of the net a single time yet.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it's mostly Finn. He was all over the place last game. Very quiet this game. He's awkward right there. As another shot coming on target. And this is the Wisp team that we're used to seeing, just raining a barrage of shots. As that is another one going in for Sage. And Psycho, a fun little stat for you. 13 of the last 14 is how many series or regular season games the Wisp were able to take. The one that they lost, can you guess who that team was?
Kiwis?
That might just be the team, as it was a 3-1 win for the Kiwis about a month ago. So this is very capable of the Kiwis to get it done against all odds. All of us on the desk picking them to lose. I think 20 to 15 the survey in favor of the Wisp. So everybody doubting the Kiwis, and they're gonna have a very tough time getting back here in game 3, and they're gonna have to bring it to game 4 with a different sense of urgency.
Yeah, and it's not surprising that they're the underdogs here, being the number 2 seed, even though they had the second best record of the regular season, but still they're second to the number 1, and the number 1 is who they're facing. So it's understandable why most of the people would vote in favor of the Wisps, though we see some novice moments come out there, some team bumps as the ball just kind of sits around. But now we get it back, move it again, and removing Pillow. Finally finding the back of the net for the Kiwis, though a little too late.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the defense was for this play. Kind of a bit of over aggression, up 3 goals with 20 seconds left, kind of giving a bit of hope. Maybe last minute effort here for the Kiwis, but it's going to take a miracle, and a kickoff goal will not help, but a good save by removing Pillow. I don't think it's going to happen, Psycho. It's too far to go, and a lot of time being killed, and there's Sage to finish off our 3rd game of the Novice Grand Finals and give them a 2-1 lead in the series.
Yeah, Sage just put a fork in this game, and it is done. Though there is 9 seconds left on the clock. It's just a formality at this point, because pretty sure the Kiwis aren't going to be able to make this comeback. Ben popping it up, trying to prove me wrong, looking for the double touch off the backboard. Dre going to beat him out to it, and Pillow putting one on, getting a 0-second goal for the Kiwis. Not going to be enough to bring this game back, but it's still got to feel good, as they're going to build a little momentum going into game number 4. And Pepperoni, I mean, you kind of called it a little bit earlier. You said that you expected this to be a back and forth all the way up to game number 7, and I feel like at the end of game number 1, Kiwis were able to get a little bit of momentum, and then in game number 2, they ran away with it. Now game number 3, Wisps take it, but they were still able to get that momentum at the end of the game. So I'm curious to see game number 4 if they're able to take a win.
Yeah, but this game felt different. It felt like that last goal kind of wasn't really a factor. I mean, sure, it feels good on the stat sheet. That game felt like the game where Drake came alive, and that's what really stands out. That didn't really happen in game 1. So I feel like this is a different team, and I know I said it's going to go back and forth the whole way, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Wisps take this game in pretty dominant fashion, because Finn looked very flat in that game, and he's a very capable player of getting his team across the hump and getting a title. But I am very not confident in who's going to win this game, but I think Wisps probably do have the advantage.
We'll have to see as we move in. The Wisps certainly getting the early offensive advantage here, but it is in favor of the Kiwis now. Vita with the clear out, a boom all the way across the pitch. Finn trying to 50 with Sage, though it doesn't go. Dre is there off the backboard. Sage 50 and through Music, but he can't get it into the net. Sage out of boost, trying to beat Finn to the ball. He does, and sends it back to the other corner of the Kiwis. Removing Pillow, pass 1, trying to find a teammate in the midfield. Dre going to intercept the pass, sending it down. Finn out of the corner of the Kiwis, down to Vita in the midfield, who pops it up, and the ball is floating. Music to get it past and clear it out. Dre taking control in the midfield. Dre still with it. 50s through Finn out to the mid. Sage with a shot that's going to be a little bit weak, and removing Pillow able to make the stop there. A dropped opportunity from the Wisps, though. Dre with the shot, removing Pillow, remaining strong on the defensive line. Double commit from the Wisps here, but Dre sticking with it, pops it up. Sage not ready for that pop, trying to get it through the defense. Finn trying everything he can to get it cleared out. Sage putting one off the post, and Vita with the shot, but Pillow is a demon in the net right now. Magic Pepperoni, he is not willing to let the Wisps through.
Yeah, 3 saves. And right now, the chemistry from the Wisp is unmatched. They look dominant. And it's off the back of the speed that they're playing with as a team, and an own save by Music. That was straight in, but Music took the rotation through net, and his shot will be too high. Finn looking for a finish, can't find it. And that is a very unfortunate play. Pillow playing great defense, but Music playing a little bit better defense on the wrong net, and that is an own goal coming through. That is a tilter, and I think it was Music, and if it was, he is not going to be happy with how he's playing in this game.
Yeah, that was from Music, and like you said, that's a tilting moment right there as Music unfortunately puts it in his own net, trying to defend against it. A Novice moment coming out, and you know, with Wisp taking the lead right there, if they're able to get this win, Magic Pepperoni, that's going to put them up 3-1 in the series. That's not going to put Kiwis in a good spot for the series, and honestly, their mental might be pretty close to chalk moving into game number 5.
Yeah, and Trey is just going to add insult to injury. That last play, it's going to do some serious damage going forward the series. Music saving his teammate's shot with an unlucky rotation, and then trying to get back in defense, he can't make the save, and it's going to be downhill from there. And I think we're on the high road to a timeout after this game, and unless we can see some Kiwis magic, because they like to fight back from close series, and they're going to have one in their hands here as Vita taking a huge 50, and I'm loving the speed of play that the Wisp are playing with right now.
Yeah, they've really kicked it up a notch. They know that they've got the Kiwis cornered at this point, and they just want to put an end to this entire situation. Will they be able to? 2 minutes left on the clock. Plenty of time for the Kiwis to make a comeback, though. I would have to say it's not really in their favor, as they haven't been able to play from behind super well during this series. They really needed that early lead, that early aggression, as Music trying to get something going. Vita to send it out. Finn putting it back towards the Wisp net, but Dre there to make the save. Finn getting a demo, which is going to mess up the rotations a little bit there, and Music making up for that earlier mistake. And now they're only down by 1. They are back in this game.
Yeah, Vita a bit of tunnel vision on that corner boost. If he was looking around, he probably could have stopped and interrupted that play from ever coming into existence. But nonetheless, Music, that has to feel a lot better to get this goal, the nice shot, and cut the lead in half.
Yeah, it certainly does. You know, whenever you make those mistakes like that, you feel so bad. But to be able to make up for the mistake, and you know, even if he's able to come back and get the equalizer goal, looking for it now, and he's looking for Pillow there, but the defender getting in front of it, and it looks like an own goal from the Wisps.
Yeah, Vita, he whiffs on the first one. Dre gets bumped by Pillow, and that will find its way into the net. 2 goals for Music, and we are tied here in game number 4, a crucial game number 4 nonetheless. And with a minute left to go, which team has what it takes to win a title? Because this is the game you really need to take control of the series.
Yeah, I gotta say, game 3 and most of this game, I thought for sure it was a shoo-in for the Wisps, but the Kiwis are starting to look alive again here as Finn tries. Oh my goodness, a great save from removing Pillow, as the Wisps had a double off of that backboard. Vita trying to find Dre in the midfield, but it gets cleared out off the backboard of the Kiwis. Music getting control in the midfield. Sage trying to mess him up. Dre bouncing it off the side. That was dangerous as it went towards his net, but it did hit the post. Vita with the pop. Sage looking for it, but he can't get it through the defense. I'm not sure what happened. It looked like a big bump play came out from one of the Wisps, but it was just a little too slow, and Sage's shot gonna bounce off of the defenders. And we still have a tie ball game in the final 10 seconds here. Vita trying to close it out in regulation. Sage is there for it. He's gonna do it. 1 second left as Sage clutches up and puts one through.
Talk to him, my boy. Tell him how you feel. 1 second on the clock to go, and Sage is going to be the guy to finish game number 4, unless the Kiwis have anything to say about it on the kickoff.
It's going to be really tough for him, and it doesn't go in the Kiwis' favor. Dre looking for one for the road. Can't get it, but Wisps are going to get game number 4. Moving into game number 5, it's not looking good for the Kiwis as they have to win the next 3 games in a row.
Man, look at that psycho. It's almost like I saw it coming. I mean, that last game, you're right, they had the one for the road, but it just feels like a different team we're watching now in the Wisp. Dre is playing so well, and we had a tie game, and then there's Sage waking up, the game 1 Sage that we saw that was all over the place, putting shots on target, making his team have it when they need it most. He's going to pop off with 1 second left to go. I mean, if it had to be somebody, and it wasn't going to be Dre, I think Sage is a good second choice.
Yeah, I don't disagree there. Sage being an OG of the Nemesis League, we love to see him popping off. We love to see him getting his due credit. It's looking like Wisps now in line to win, I think, their very first Novice title, but Sage, this will be his second Novice League championship, winning in Season 5 with Frost, if I am remembering correctly. And I think I saw a timeout from the Kiwis come out there. So we are going to take a 60-second timeout for the Kiwis as they're going to try and put the Wisps on ice, try and get that momentum tore down a little bit here moving into game 5s. They are in a very precarious situation, Pepperoni.
They really are. I mean, it's been a while since we've seen Sage on the big stage, and he is playing so well. And you're right, it was with Frost back with Riot Icegriff in Season 4 with Frost. That was a hell of a team, and it's been a long time coming to get Sage back here where he belongs. And I don't know what the Kiwis can do. They're down 3-1. But I mean, yeah, we just witnessed a reverse sweep in our last one, Psycho. A really long reverse sweep. So I think coming back from 3-1 is very much doable, because I think the series has a lot more to offer than a 4-1 finish.
Yeah, I think it does too, but sometimes we feel that way and it still turns out, to be, a 4-1 or even a sweep. Though I do agree with you wholeheartedly. I do think that the Kiwis have what it takes to make this comeback here and at the very least force a game 6, if not a game 7. But we will have to see here, are Dre and Sage gonna pop off and close out this series and take home their Season 8 chip, or will the Kiwis be able to force us deeper into this series as Music with the car change, looking for a goal there as his teammate goes for the bump to try and clear out the lane, but it doesn't go. Music in the skyline now, sending one down. Dre back in time for it to clear it out. Finn in the midfield with Sage. Sage trying to take control, removing Pello to pop it up. Music looking for Pello in the corner, down to Finn, but Finn's shot going to get deflected by Dre. Music popping it off the side, and it's going to get cleared out back to Kiwis. Sage is there off the backboard. Vita pushed up a little bit too far. Dre looking for something here, but can't get it through. Music. Sage keeping their pressure alive off the backboard in the midfield. Vita gonna shank his shot off to the side. And a minute gone now from this game number 5, Pepperoni. Neither of these teams with a goal yet. We're seeing a little bit something different, but Sage with a huge fake on the defender to beat him out, and he gets a beautiful pass to his teammate to finish.
I think that's Vita's first goal of the series, so I don't blame him for hopping in there and getting some stats, because his teammates, he's got to love Sage and Dre right now. He's not doing too much, and he's still in a great spot to win a championship. So I don't blame him for coming in, getting himself involved on the scoring, and I want to start for the Wisp and the Kiwis. They are reeling for air right now. They can feel their season slipping away from them, Psycho.
Yeah, it's got to be a tough feeling. Actually, I know it's a tough feeling because I've been in these shoes before, and it is not fun. But they really, Kiwis just got to double down at this point and really dig deep and try and figure out what they need to do. What they did right in game number 2, they need to bring it back. This is a do or die moment for this team. They will go home, and all of this season will have essentially been for nothing. I mean, they will be getting the runner-up tag, but the runner-up tag just kind of feels bad in comparison to the championship tag. I know I have one.
Nobody plays for a runner-up tag. You're here for a championship. As right now, this is the chance to do it, and it feels like finally a chance for music, and they can't get it done. But you're right. I feel like that runner-up tag, if anything, it just hurts. It's salt in the wound. Like, oh, you were this close, and I do not think that's what the Kiwis want to settle for right now. So can they pull it off?
I don't blame them. We'll see. Can they indeed pull this off? Because they are only trailing by 1. However, Wisps seem to be commanding most of the offensive pressure in this game. Finn trying to slow it down, music there as well, but Sage is able to clear it out. Dre pops it up looking for the double, and he almost gets it. Vita trying to clean it up, but can't as Finn sends it to the side. Music to pop it up. Sage is there, keeping the ball in the Kiwi zone. Dre in the midfield tries to 50 through Finn, but it goes in favor of the Kiwis. Vita to get the clear out. Finn with the awkward touchdown. Sage to take it up. Dre out of the corner, can't get it through Pillow. Sage trying to help out, but the ball's going to get bounced off of his car. Vita getting a touch as well, but Finn to take control. Sage takes it from him out of the corner. He can't get another touch. And the Wisps not able to get really too many shots on net right now, but they are not allowing the Kiwis any space here, Pepperoni. They're not allowing them to get it cleared out. I feel like that was the first clear from them in almost a minute.
Yeah, and with a minute left to go in this game, where do they finally break through and get that goal? Because it feels like with the power of Sage and Dre on the Wisp offense, they can score when they need to. But who's going to be the guy for the Kiwis? Because it feels like everybody's a bit silent right now. Yeah, you pointed out, Sage and Dre, I think they're first and second in goals this season. And they're scoreless in this game, and they're still somehow in the lead. So what do you do if you're the Kiwis, with your backs against the wall, everybody watching as you try to fight for your lives for a novice championship, and time slipping away quickly?
Yeah, it's hard to say what to do. This is a really tough situation. You just got to put it into overdrive and figure it out. If this is the clutch situation, this is the time where you know you either have the clutch gene or you don't have the clutch gene. With the final seconds, 20 seconds, can the Kiwis do it? Finn popping it back towards the net. Dre there for the save. Is the ball, Music gonna miss the ball in the midfield. He gets back to it, but puts him in an awkward situation as Sage gonna take it away from him. The final 5 seconds ticking down here. Can the Kiwis take control and figure something out here? 1 second, the ball is still up. Kiwis looking to keep it up. The triple commit coming out from them, not looking good in their favor as the ball is going to fall and touch their Wisps, taking the game and becoming your Season 8 Novice League champions. Congratulations to the Wisps.
Sage getting his second title, and Dre and Vita getting their first, and it's much earned. You got to feel for the Kiwis, a great season, and sad it has to come to an end like this, but there's no doubt who the better team was on the day. We all predicted a game 6, a game 7. The Wisps had different plans. They're going to finish it off in 5, a quick series, and they're giving us time to get to the next one quickly, Psycho.
Yeah, and I see Sage asking for the interview, but unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we do not have enough time for the interview because that, provisional game took so long. So we are going to wrap this up as we are still behind. We're trying to get this thing back on track as quickly as possible. Magic Pepperoni, I appreciate you joining me up here in the booth for the grand finals. It's always a pleasure.
It sure was, and I can't wait to see what Rockerman and Penguin have to say as we head to the prospect one, where we got Drips and Adala and Alpha for the Melons. I'm excited, Psycho. Let's see if Faded has other plans.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic match, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to miss it. We're going to take the shortest of short breaks here, and we're going to get right back into some action, so we'll see you shortly.